Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium, and I have an entire cadre of political spirit guides right over here that you can't see just off camera that help me answer questions that I have regarding politics. So when I do these videos, I am channeling them. I'm about 60% them, 40% Susan. Susan is just here to put everything that they show me, make me feel that I hear just all this bombardment of communication in different psychic ways. I basically translate it into words, sometimes not so good, but I try. Listen, wanted to come on today really quickly to talk about a few topics, and I'm really hoping they're going to keep me on topic today because I want this to be a really quick video. Here's the deal. We want to talk about DeSantis in Florida versus the mouse. We all know who the mouse is. He already, DeSantis already got his white boot butt wearing self's butt kicked. See, that's a perfect example of how that translation did not work. DeSantis got his white boot wearing self's butt kicked by the mouse already. But he's going back for more because he just doesn't have any sense, or he's desperate, or maybe there's a combination of those two. So he's now threatening in a way to say that he might just build a prison next to Disney, right next to the mouse's mansion, right? So and he's also just sort of thinking out loud, quote unquote, that he might build a prison there. Or perhaps he'll even permit a different company to have an amusement park there. And just then the guides showed me like a MAGA world, right? Where, just think about the things you can do in MAGA world. You can wear clothes that are so tight that your belly sticks out. You can bring your guns and shoot each other, and you can take away each other's rights, and you can yell profanities at each other. I mean, it would be a lot of fun, right? MAGA world. You can grift from each other. I mean, think about it, right? There's really something there. I think they're onto something. So I just want to talk about that briefly. I've told you guys, the spirit guides have told you guys, DeSantis he's pulled the short end of the stick, or the short straw. I don't know what the guides are talking about. I don't think they have enough coffee this morning. But anyway, he's pulled the short straw. Politically, meaning he's not going to make it, folks. He's not going to be the presidential person. He's not going to be anything. Basically, they just said he's not going to be anything. Wow, that's rude. They're tough today, right? He's got problems. We've been telling you for a long time, he's got problems. We do know the light is exposing these problems right now. We see it everywhere. And it is just going to take a while for this to really reach critical mass with him. But he's going to kind of hasten his fall by continuing to pick on the mouse, because the mouse is bigger than DeSantis. It really is. And it's longer lasting. It's got more money. It's got more support. Why are you going to pick on the happiest place on earth? Right now, what we all need is some happiness, right? Some escape. And you're going to pick on the place that millions and millions of Americans and international travelers go to every day, So it's just really ridiculous, isn't it? He's not going to win. And honestly, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video today is because now that he's kind of thrown down a new gauntlet, the mouse has decided to really take him out. Like, I think that DeSantis was seen as a kind of a pesky brother kind of thing, like not really a threat, but kind of someone who's, going to be gone pretty soon. They really honestly just took him seriously enough to put him in his place, is what they did when he tried to go after them with that tax, that whole tax, district that he tried to take them out of, and all of this stuff. They put him in his place. They really did. They outmaneuvered him. They outlawyered him. They outsmarted him. they really thought anybody with any self-respect would just be like, oh, my bad. Did I step on the mouse's toes? My bad. I'm just going to go over here and continue messing with the rest of Florida. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave you alone. No, DeSantis wants to double down. So now let's just say Mickey's taking the gloves off. What I see is the energy suggests that Mickey is going to really go after DeSantis. And I mean in a way that would be almost subversive, almost I'm using some I'm not saying the names of these places for a reason, you guys, for entertainment purposes only. But I do see what I can tell you I see is, yeah, right. So they're showing me like Budweiser. What isn't that the beer that everybody's blowing up and like getting rid of? And then all of a sudden Budweiser said, hey, by the way, you might want to look at the money that we've invested in the Republican Party, and it's tremendous amount of money. And then everybody was like, oh, I don't know why everybody's mad at that beer. That's good beer. So everybody totally walked back, except for the MAGAs. The MAGAs are still blowing up their beer because they do everything that their leaders tell them to do. This is a good indication of what's really happened is the Republican Party has created, a million of these brain dead followers that are willing to just go through with whatever it is they were told to do. And when they're told, stand down, stop, we made a mistake, back up, they don't listen. They just go ahead and wreak havoc. So it's a really good lesson in how the Republican Party is not in control of their constituents, right? Their constituents are out there doing crazy things and no one is in control of them. You all you got to do is say attack, and they're like rabid. I'm not even going to put down dogs. They're like rabid. I was going to use wildebeest. I just don't want to put down any animals here. So anyway, rabid cockroaches. I will put down a cockroach. Rabid cockroaches with like teeth running around, just mayhem, right? So why does that? How did I go on this whole freaking diversion into beer in the morning? No. The reason they did that was they wanted to show you that Disney, darn it, the mouse, Mr. Mickey Mouse represents a lot of money. And in the past, Mr. Mickey Mouse has played both sides. That's what all these corporations do. They give some money over here, they give some money over there. They want to hedge their bets. You never know when the Democrats are going to be in power or the Republicans are going to be in power. So they just give money to everybody. So that's what Mr. Mickey has been doing. But now Mr. Mickey is pissed off. And Mr. Mickey is now going to be pulling back all of its financial support. Again, they're showing me local Floridian, Congress people, state senators, state Congress people. That gravy train is over, folks. That's over. So not only that, but Mr. Mickey is going to go on the offensive. This is what they're telling me. You might not see Mr. Mickey on the side of the road with a, DeSantis sucks sign. You might not see that. It's going to be subvertive, like what they said. It's going to be underground. That's the interesting thing about it, right? They have the power, they have the money, they have the wherewithal to fund, let's just say, a third party political action committee that now all of a sudden is in business that didn't exist before, that now has a nice big war chest that exists that didn't exist before. And that war chest is going to go after offensive. They're going on the offensive. Forget this defense stuff. We're done with that. We tried to do this the nice way. Now you're going to get it the hard way. So what I really see, and this is new energy, is Mr. Mickey is mad and Mr. Mickey's going after Mr. DeSantis and everybody else that represents. That leads me to The next topic, for some reason, which was not on my agenda, might I add, when I started this video, but okay, fine, is the fact that some of DeSantis's disciples have signed their allegiance to Trump. So now we have that going on, don't we? So, I'm not saying that Mr. Mickey is supporting Trump, but I'm saying that Mr. Mickey might support Trump to put Mr. DeSantis in his place. Now, yeah, I know. Look, all's fair in politics and love and war. Okay, they just forgot out the politics part. You guys, those of us that are thinking that, corporations should be for the people need to see dominion settling. Money talks. Okay. So yes, I do see Mr. Mickey funding Mr. Trump, but I also see Mr. Trump and the Republican Party basically cratering. Now, this is something I did want to talk about, but I forgot about it until just now. Listen, you guys, last year, I don't know if it was last year. It seems like last year, time has been standing still for too long because we've been stuck in the same place for too long. A while ago, the guides told you that Liz Cheney was a formidable opponent. Those are the words. Whenever I say Liz Cheney, they say formidable opponent. Call and response. So we need to be careful with Liz Cheney. She is not an elected official right now. She's got a book coming out. That should be interesting. But what they told you, and they told me, was the Republican Party was going to fall apart. And either Liz Cheney was going to be the new face of the Republican Party after coming to the middle a little bit. Remember, I see this big, rejiggering of all of the Congress, and especially of their attitudes. Maybe only a few seats flip due to the pending investigations, but those few seats are going to scare the dickens out of all the rest of the people, and everybody in Congress is going to try to hold hands and sing kumbaya so that the people don't go after them too. You know what I mean? It's like when your parent comes around and starts swatting butts, all of a sudden you sitting up nice and, you're like, not me, I didn't do nothing, right? This is what you're going to see. Now, why this matters is because going back to 45 is that, the Republican Party seems to be still compelled. And the word is compelled because the word should be compromated to support 45. Well, this is a train wreck. It's not going to happen. It's falling apart. It's going to literally fall apart over the summer. By the time we get to fall, by the time we get to October through November, the Republican Party is going to be in a shambles. It's literally going to be in a shambles. It's not going to have leadership. It's going to be questionable about whether it's even viable. The guides have told you this. We have Marjorie Taylor Greene saying recently that she wanted to take her people and start a new version of the Republican Party. So that's already in action. You already see the divisions happening, and you see Liz Cheney over there filing her nails. You might say sharpening her nails while she's watching all of that go down, because you better believe that she's part of the reason that it's going down. She was involved in Jan 6 committee. She's been involved. She stood up. She did the right thing. I know y'all say she's a hero. Honey, she was an American. A hero is somebody that puts on a uniform and goes overseas to protect us, or goes into a burning house, or, those are heroes. Heroes, in my opinion, wear scrubs. You know what I mean? Heroes are teachers, right? This woman did what she was supposed to do. The bare minimum is literally to do the thing you took the oath for. She did the bare minimum. So really, she's not a traitor. That's what you can say about her. She wasn't a traitor. Okay, good. Thank you for doing the bare minimum. But she's not trustworthy. She's a Cheney. She wants to take over the Republican Party. This is what they've been telling me since last year. So you have this train wreck happening. You have everybody jumping behind Trump. Trump is going down. So that's great. That is literally going to, it's like I see a train on a track and the track goes over the cliff. The train is 45 and everybody's hanging on to that train. Everybody's still trying to get a seat. People are hanging off the side of it. Fools, they're going all over the cliff with him. Okay. So you have this basically breakdown of the Republican Party. Now, what the guide said was either A, the Republican Party will disintegrate and Cheney will step in as the leader. I mean, that's what she's doing. She's buying her time. She'll step in as the leader, or the Republican Party will break into two. And this is what we're seeing with Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, I'll take all my marbles and go play over here. Fine. I would just like to tell you, MJT, that over here is going to be surrounded with razor wire. You're going to be in prison, girl. So, oh my God, it's going to get good, you guys. I know. Look, we have disappointments. We had Dominion. It was a disappointment, but at least there was some justice. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, Fox had to write a great big check. Even if it was their insurers that had to write the big check, it doesn't matter. You know, that's still going to hurt them. There's no getting off scot-free here. Okay. Number one. Number two, Fox makes a lot of its money off of the extra charge that it puts on cable news. Your cable provider actually pays an additional charge to have Fox. Everything else is included in their, whatever they negotiate. Fox is above that. And Fox was hoping to have an increase this year. They were hoping to have an increase. I don't think they're going to have an increase. And I think these cable providers are going to start negotiating less fees because cable is out, people. We are all cord cutters. Now we've got so many options. We don't need cable. We don't need it. And so I think Fox is up for a rude awakening. I think that also Smartmatic is going to come after them. Smartmatic, Smartmatic will likely settle as well, but Fox is just not very smart. You know what I had said to you guys the day before they settled, I said, they're going to settle. The guide said that, but the guides also said that Fox is going to do something stupid and they're going to make Dominion mad. Well, it turns out they did something stupid and they made the judge mad. The judge was about to appoint a special master to handle Fox and their disclosures because Fox lied to the judge. Now that special master has been closed out because the whole case is closed out. But you got to understand, the judge said, I'm not playing here. You're not going to be able to lie to me. It's a whole new ball game, you guys. It's a whole new ball game. We actually have judges standing up to Fox News. This wouldn't have happened a year ago. It sure wouldn't have happened 2 or 3 years ago. It's a new ball game. So we have Smartmatic coming right on the heels of Dominion. They're going to drag Fox News through all the dirt, all the mud. And they're feisty. They're even feistier than Dominion. When I go into Smartmatic's energy, they're feistier. They really want to I feel like they want to do Fox News harm. Like they want that apology. They want that public omission of lies. So I think you're going to see a different kind of court case come on with Smartmatic. First of all, hey, they're following somebody who just whooped Fox's rear end. So they're cockier than they were before this, and they were cocky before. So you have Fox News. What I see is Fox News just getting a lot of body blows, just a lot of punches to the body. It's not a knockout, right? It's not going to be a one Muhammad Ali punch knockout, but body blow after body blow after body blow. And I'm telling you right now, the investors are not going to like that. It's harder for a company to sustain a continued attack over the course of 8 months or a year than it is one blip. This is not a blip. This is a sustained attack on Fox News. I also really do see the DOJ investigating Fox News. That brings me, this unbelievable that they can do this, because in my real life, I could never hook all this together. And I particularly like it when everything is connected because I'm a Virgo. Anyway, that brings me to Fani Willis. Can we all just admire her for a moment? Yes. Okay. That girl, that lady, that woman, that superhero, she done went crazy. She has decided that the attorney that is representing the fake electors, the fact that we even have a court case against fake electors should really just give us an indication of where we are in this crazy town. But anyway, the attorney representing the fake electors, according to Fani Willis and her, legal document that she's put forth, has not represented her clients well, because Fani Willis asked her clients, the fake electors, if they would like to perhaps become a state's witness, if they would like to plea, if they would like to just go ahead and make a deal. Now, according to Fani Willis, she asked these people, and these people said, we didn't get that option. Our attorney didn't give us that option. But Fani Willis sent that request, that offer, to the attorney. So now it's the attorney's word against the people's word. The attorney said she did. The people are saying she didn't. So Fani Willis is saying, these people say you're not representing them correctly. Here's the law that says you need to represent your clients in this way, and you're not meeting that. So I'm going to have you removed from this case. Woo! No kidding, y'all. Now, this woman who's the attorney of the fake electors is actually a really, a real attorney. I think she's actually a law professor. And I think that she actually was worked for Fani Willis, or worked for that office. I think she worked for that office at one time. So she's got credentials. I mean, she's not some fly-by-night crazy attorney like Trump usually hires, right? These people went out and paid the money, right? Actually, there's a reason I said that. It turns out that the GOP donated $222,000 towards the attorney fees for these people. So that's why they got a decent attorney. But so Fani Willis is throwing down the gauntlet here as well. Now, here's something interesting. Fani Willis has inside information because it turns out that one of those fake electors actually took Fani Willis up on her offer and is apparently cooperating with the state of Georgia. And that's how, what I've read, that's how Fani Willis knew that these other people didn't get the offer. There is trouble in Atlanta, folks, trouble. So what this means is, this is how I'm going to wrap all this up and put a bow on it for you right now. Fani Willis is investigating the fake electors. Fani Willis is investigating RICO, racketeering. She is investigating Trump's perfect phone call. She's going to be investigating Lindsey Graham. But you know what? When you do a RICO, you're following the thread wherever it takes you. So if that thread takes you to 45 and then potentially takes you to allegedly to Lindsey Graham, which allegedly takes you to Marjorie Taylor Greene, which allegedly takes you to, you understand where I'm going here. Fani Willis could really bring down quite a number of people. and the people she doesn't bring down, the people that she uncovers an alleged crime, but perhaps, darn it, that's a federal crime. That's not a state of Georgia crime. Doggone it. I'm going to have to send that over to my friend, Mr. Smith. It's ugly, y'all. It's ugly. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There's a lot of reason for celebration right now. Actually, there's a lot of reason for celebration. 45 and his minions are going to go down. They're going to be indicted. They're going to have their day in court, and a lot of them are going to go to prison. Maybe one or two won't go to prison that we think they should. Justice sometimes just doesn't work all the way across the board. But we need to celebrate the wins instead of getting upset about Dominion. Be happy that Dominion put the smack down on Fox. That left a mark. Y'all, that amount of money left a mark. And it's emboldened Smartmatic. Okay? So this isn't the end of the world. In a situation where we've been living in crazy town for the last 6 years, where we couldn't get justice if it was served to us on a platter, nothing, like no judge, no investigative reporter, no nothing has been happening. It's now happening. So let's rejoice that the judges are starting to wake up and actually side on the side of the law, right? And the last thing I'm going to mention really quickly, because this is fixing to blow up, and I'm not sure how it's going to blow up. I mean, I feel like when I go into the energy, it's going to blow up in somebody's hands. Remember that they're showing me that video I did where I saw allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, Lauren Boebert in the dark, and somebody flipped on the light like it's the supply room. You know what I mean? Like, you're not expecting to find Lauren Boebert in the supply room in the dark, but that's a whole nother story. She's holding a bomb, like a big old one of those round, from the cartoons with the little fuse. She's just like, oops. But in this iteration, this version of that same energy, we're going to leave Lauren in the supply room with the BOMB. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's MTG. I would like to tell y'all, I would like to say the words, she's lost her mind, but to be honest with you, that's not a factual statement because prove to me that it was ever there. So I'm not going to say that. So I'm going to say that MTG has gone on video, swear to God, on public video, and has said so many libelous things against Joe Biden. She has said outright lies, things that are just unbelievable, frankly, unbelievable. Even for them, unbelievable. Again, they keep raising the bar on stupidity one rung at a time, right? So she's on there saying Biden's running a prostitution ring. She's on there saying that it's multiple states and countries. Everything they say, every word that comes out of their mouth is an omission of their own guilt. It's like they can't help it. This is where I think spirit is helping. Trump has already come out on his little truther place and said so many things that are going to be used against him in a court of law. It's like they can't help it. It's like they've all taken truth serum and they're talking about all their crimes, but they're blaming it on everybody else. It's like projection times 1,000. So here's the thing, guys. This is libel. This is just libel. I mean, it's, there's no other way to describe it. And it's about our president. And our president is a very easygoing guy, like me. Like, I would not be, I don't know what would happen if I was running this country. It wouldn't be pretty. But, Biden is cool. He's got this cool demeanor. Now, we all know underneath that he's a Scorpio. But I'm telling you guys, I think that he has already made a little phone call and said, here's what's going to happen. you're going to have to retract that statement. You're going to have to apologize, or I'm going to see you in court. Now, here we are again. Is there any precedent for this? Is there? Historians, is there a precedent for a president, a sitting president of the United States, having to sue somebody for libel? Right? I know the guides are reminding me that when you're in Congress, there's some kind of thing that protects your speech. Is it errors and omissions? I don't know what it is. There's some kind of law that protects the speech of someone who's in Congress. But I honestly think that Biden might be considering trotting this out before the court. I mean, it would be unprecedented. And in many ways, it's not what he wants to do, because he wants to bring the country together. He doesn't want to divide us. He doesn't want to be another energy of division, right? Everything he's done has been, let's all come together. Let's all come together. That's been his message over and over again. But this is, oh, right. So they just told me that Hunter, so she also maligns Hunter. And Hunter's already suing somebody. So I think what'll happen is Hunter will sue. That it's kind of like by proxy, right? So Biden's son will sue, and by proxy, that's kind of Biden suing too. I honestly feel like they might do something. Again, this is not normal for Biden. I'm not kidding you guys. I just saw, I don't know, does he have a granddaughter or a niece? Doesn't Biden have a niece or a granddaughter? Isn't there somebody who's like in her 20s or 30s that's young? Anyway, because MTG said his family, y'all, his whole family, I'd be calling up and going, yeah, Aunt Wilma, I know I haven't seen you in 20 years, but you're going to get on this lawsuit. Hold on. Yeah, put your cousin on the phone. I've been calling relatives. He going to be calling relatives from Ireland where he just got back from. Me. Like, yeah, get on this lawsuit. You said my family? Okay, I'm going to find every family member. I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be doing DNA searches. I'm going to get 50 people on this lawsuit against MTG, right? If he can't do it, I'm telling you, the gloves are off. This is out of control. You cannot say this stuff about a president. You can't say this stuff about anybody. It's a libel, it's slander. So I think you're going to see a prove it or shut up message going to MTG. And honestly, I did a video maybe a year ago. The guides are reminding me where they sung that song, the wheels on the bus go round and round, the wheels on the bus go round and round. And they sung it to me, the wheels on the bus fall off, the wheels on the bus fall off. And that's where we are. We're finally there. The wheels are falling off the bus of the Republican Party. It is literally imploding as we speak. Truly, it is. So that's your update for this week. Was there something else? Oh, I want to leave you with this is a really good, thank you for reminding me, the guides are keeping me on task up over here. Good news. Here's some really good news. Scientists at the University of Sydney, go Australia, discovered through experiments that they could use 2 types of mold commonly found in plants and soil. And I am not going to read you their scientific names. Don't make me read their scientific names. Never mind. Aspergillus terreus and Ingoidoin. I think they were just trying to set me up with that. I'm not reading that. Anyway, they're molds, y'all. Mold. Out in your backyard, in the grass, in the soil, to break down plastic. This mold eats plastic. Okay, now if you don't think that that's a miracle, and if you don't think there's hope for the world, come on, you jaded. Come on now. Mold that eats plastic. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm like, I'm good now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing, liking, all that stuff that you guys do. And thanks for commenting. I love your comments. I love that you guys write me comments. I love to hear what you have to think and have to say about things. I appreciate it very much. You know what I'm going to say. Take really, really good care of yourself. Don't let this crazy town world we're living in affect your physical body. Do not do that. Release the energy. Go out, enjoy yourself. Take really good care of yourself, okay? We'll talk again real soon right here on this channel. For entertainment purposes only.